Hey, I'm Matt,
And I'm Peach,
and welcome to that movie review.
aka TMR.
The movie this week is Deepwater Horizon, a disaster film. You know, there's so many of them out there, but this one's actually really good.
But this is actually a disaster film based on an actual event, as opposed to many of the other disaster films that are usually based on
It means to just pull out the gas.
someone, just fucking makes up, a fucking fairy dust or some cuck, dime a dozen.
There's so many out there, yeah.
Volcano.
Dawson's Creek. Not Dawson's Creek, Dante's Peak. Well, Dawson's Creek was a fucking disaster
anyway.
Except for Katie Holmes, she was deadly.
Yeah, that was the one saving grace of that entire series.
The entire stick, James Van Der Beek's.
Cut. We's Van Der Beek anyway.
I don't even want to give that man attention.
That's true, eh? It's true. If you know Van Der Beek, when you make a movie, we'll talk about you.
Yeah.
But yes, a disaster movie based on an actual event on the actual Deepwater Horizon oil spill that happened back in 2010.
The BP oil spill.
Or commonly known as the BP oil spill. This is what this film is based on.
The biggest oil spill in history.
Yeah, and I mean the film will say in the history of US oil drilling, but that's bullshit. It's the biggest oil spill.
Biggest oil
in
spill.
the history of fucking oil spilling.
Exactly.
One of the big benefits about this film, or something that you're really going to enjoy, is the intricacies and the detail which is conveyed to you. The film works very hard in showing you what these guys do on the rig, and showing you all the checks and all the technicalities or all the technical parts that make up working on a rig is conveyed to you, and it's conveyed to you in all its intricacy, and yet also in a way that is very understandable. A very layman's way, so everyone will understand what's
You'll
happening.
understand exactly that. When they're testing the pressure of the pipe and all that stuff, it's very technical, but you understood it.
Exactly.
Great cast. Obviously, Marky Mark, bankable actor.
That's true.
He's like Freeman Lube, the KY chili that Freeman is.
That's true.
Marky Mark is a variant there. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, Marky Mark is definitely in the same category. If he's not in the lube, he might be like in the underarm. Like you get Mitchum, and then you get Marky Mark.
Marky Mark. You could skip a part days
if you put Marky Mark, because that's how bankable Marky Mark is. And he's come a long way, Marky Mark. This is the guy who was in Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. He made all those bullshit rap songs. We might even show you one or two. And then one day, he got his act together. He gave us
Basketball Diaries.
And what's that movie about porn?
Oh, Boogie Nights.
He gave us Boogie Nights.
Dirk Diggler.
Yeah, exactly. And once he did that, it was smooth sailing all the way.
That's the perfect role for Marky Mark, in my opinion. When he plays like this ditzy kind of doofus guy,
it's true, eh?
But a lovable doofus.
And that's the thing. And what's so funny is that he's not actually a lovable doofus. Marky Mark is actually known for his comedic timing and his line delivery is sharp. And even in even in this film, which is a dramatized, obviously a drama, it's still got a fair amount of humor.
Dude, this movie,
Marky Mark.
But not just Marky Mark, the entire cast. This is actually surprising. That's one thing that surprised me about this film.
Yeah.
It's actually quite funny.
Absolutely.
Appropriately funny though, of course.
Yeah, all the jokes are made obviously in conjunction with what's happening, but it comes as a surprise.
It does come as a surprise.
Because it's a human drama, and that's what you're expecting to see, and maybe some spectacle, but you don't expect it to be funny.
There's a lot of foreshadowing that goes on in this film from the beginning.
Yes.
From the beginning till it reaches like a fever pitch. When the disaster actually happens.
Because you know what's going to happen already. So it's just a case of, okay, well, let's watch this movie and let's see what's going to happen. And then, as Matthew said, there are lots of little sequences that happen along the way that just lets you preempt what's going to happen.
Yeah, you know that something's up, Another brilliant actor in this film, and I don't have to tell you how good he is Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell, knocking about Hollywood since the 70s.
That's true, since the late 70s.
Late 70s, given us some brilliant films in the past.
Yeah.
And his acting ability and his acting has really just gotten better with age.
Yeah, it's very hard to find a shit film in as far as Kurt Russell is concerned. He gave us things like Escape from New York in the early 80s. Followed that. Followed it up with like Thing and Big Trouble in Little China.
Classic films.
You know,
yeah.
then he took a bit of a sidestep, took a big cuck on his career. But just that one time when he made Tango and Cash with...
I never watched that.
Still bit don't.
Another man is getting very old.
Old?
Yeah. Looks old, but in saying that he doesn't fizzle out. He doesn't... It doesn't affect his career in any way.
And we're not being ageist, okay? We're not trying to offend any of you old guys out there. If you're an old buddy watching the fucking show, don't get upset, okay? We're getting old too.
Everyone gets,
You know, I just fucking picked up
everyone's dying.
Everyone's dying and getting old. I just picked up a couple and my fucking back almost went out.
PJ bends out to pick some up and it's like,
It's true.
oh bastard. The recent films that Russell was in was also really good. For me, it was the gruesome Western horror Bone Tomahawk.
Which
Have
I
you seen that?
haven't seen it, but you have seen
Yeah.
it. You've spoken very well.
If you've seen Bone Tomahawk, you know why I'm going yo. The end part of Bone Tomahawk is actually what probably gets everyone talking. There's an absolutely gruesome death in there. I'm not even going to describe it to you. I think if you haven't seen Bone Tomahawk and you're looking for a good horror, check it out. Kurt Russell's in there. Absolutely brilliant.
John Malkovich, there we go. That's the third actor in this film.
Probably the third biggest name in this film.
movie.
Malkovich is his usual slimy self. I love it.
Malkovich is...
I love to hate Malkovich.
He's so good at playing bad, and once again he's one of the heads from the BP
From BP,
organization. I think it's important to mention that BP is very well demonized.
No, they're perfectly demonized.
And all the guys who take on the BP
the
roles,
execs.
the execs and so forth, Malkovich, they are all slimy and they are portrayed just as you would expect them to be, as money grubbing oil fucking diggers.
Absolutely.
You know, and you will not have any remorse or pity for them.
The most notable role for Malkovich, for me personally, I don't know about you, was Cyrus the Virus from Con Air.
That was,
He was brilliant in there.
Con Air hasn't aged that well. It hasn't. The effects look a bit watered down.
It's one of those 90s action films that hasn't aged as well as Heat has.
Precisely.
It's very campy, very 90s.
Yeah.
That was the time that Nicolas Cage was still doing action films.
So
that should tell you something.
but he's still doing action.
Yeah, well, doing action films and people taking him seriously.
That's true. I'll say
Doing good action films. Peter Berg, as the director, I think he's a very competent director. I'm not going to go as far as to say he's a brilliant director, but he's good. He's good. Some of the films that he's done, he did the classic Very Bad Things with Christian Slater, Jon Favreau,
Yeah. Yes,
Cameron Diaz.
What a depressing movie.
A depressing fucking movie.
Slit
Yes.
your wrists after that movie.
That is a movie that has aged well though. If you haven't watched Very Bad Things,
You might
check
want
it
to check it
out.
out. Yeah. You give us Hancock, which is incredibly average.
Hancock was a bit so yeah, I'm on the fence about
It's
that.
actually a cuckstick.
And in recent years he gave us Lone Survivor. Again, with him and Mark working together.
Yeah.
So, but if you look at from when he started to where he is now in his career, he has stepped it up. Deepwater Horizon is probably one of his best, if not his
It's
best
probably
film.
his best work.
This is probably his best film. I won't lie, this film really hit me hard. Like, it's the way I felt when I walked out of Numescoli. You know, there's something that just resonated with me walking out of the cinema after watching Deepwater Horizon. It just stuck with me, and I think it's because of the human tale that was just told. There's a scene where Mark breaks down in the end, and I swear, I just looked over at PJ like it, and I was just like I was holding back the fucking man tears in this film.
It's a touching.
It's really
It's
touching.
gonna tug at
It's
your.
really touching.
It's gonna tug at your heartstrings. It's the perfect combination of a film that you can go watch on a Friday night. It's not gonna be light. It's not gonna be Friday night light. You can watch it because it's got its action, its spectacle, but it's also got its human element. So as a result, you're gonna obviously, if you're into your skitscorp and or your action and cut like that, you're gonna like the spectacle. But you're also gonna get the added addition of having a very touching film, and one that might actually make you go with a few big rubbery ones while you're at it. One of the biggest messages this film sent to me, I'm not sure about you, Matt, was basically that we just shouldn't even be messing around with oil.
We shouldn't.
We shouldn't be.
That's one thing this film really conveys is the humans' greed over anything else, and how we will disregard the environment. We'll even disregard ourselves
Absolutely.
for profit.
That's basically what the film
That's
does.
basically it. Really brings that across without shoving it down your throat.
Yeah.
That's how you feel, and I think that's also what resonates with you after the film, along with many other things.
It's an introspective journey. You will leave the film thinking about things and about life and about your mochi and about your husband and about your uncle and about your gay Bobby Bra, whatever.
So PJ, it's that time.
Yeah, it is that time. Yet again.
It's that time.
All right, Matthew.
Give it a score.
I'm gonna give Deepwater Horizon is actually gonna get 9 out of 10 from me.
Yeah.
I know.
Okay.
It's a bloody good movie.
It is a bloody good movie. Actually, I don't know why I said yo. It's a bloody good film, and I agree. I agree with that 9.
Movie.
I agree with that 9.
Yeah.
I will go as far as to say yes, 9 out of 10 for me as well.
How about that?
Because there is nothing bad I can say about this film.
No.
If I had to say one thing bad, is like these disaster movies, there are a dime a dozen.
Yes.
There's many of them out there, and a lot I see a lot of people skipping this movie because they feel this just might be another one of those.
It's not one of those.
It's not one of these. This is the best of its kind. And where other disaster films, they focus too much on the actual disaster and focal character development.
Yeah. This one
is the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And that's it this week for that movie review. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for taking the time to like, comment, and share our videos. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely, guys and girls. It's been awesome having you guys. Thanks for having us, and we'll see you next week, Thursday night at 8 p.m. on TMR.
And kwaai.
Futsak.